some of the best physical theatre drama on the planet.
It is poetry, it's an art form. So I'm David Grant, I'm the Dartford Daddy. I'm the heavyweight, the hometown hero of Northampton.
My name is Dan Edge. I'm an actor, pro wrestler. I've also been a promoter, all kinds of weird and wonderful things within the wrestling business. There pretty much isn't a job I haven't done, and I've been in the wrestling business for about 15 years.
I'm Alister Sixx, also known as the Portrait Prince or the Body Mod God, and I am a indie British professional wrestler.
Win Wrestling is a professional wrestling training school and wrestling promotion, putting on shows with some of the best talent across the UK and from around the world. The coaches between us have about 50 years experience, and then we put on events, pro wrestling shows across Northamptonshire in multiple venues, working with some of the best talent from the local area all over the UK and around the world.
I think the biggest misconception is it's fake.
We do hit each other, we do get slammed onto the floor.
When somebody gets hit with a chair, that's a real chair. You are putting your body on the line. You are trusting the people you are in the ring with to, work with you and put on a decent match.
There's so many injuries, so many moments where it is not fake at all.
I wrestle just because I love it. I love the entertainment of it, the storytelling of it, all the different characters involved. 90+% of wrestlers don't wrestle under their own name. So in a sense, you can tell when they walk through that curtain, they are not who they are, and they are that character. They are that name, they are selling what they are showing you what they want you to see.
This is some of the most important entertainment in the world because it tells stories in ways that people can understand. It might not be ballet, but it still has its place.
And being able to show my art form and be creative, because my day-to-day job it's an office job. It's not creating, it's processes, it's documentation. Whereas when I flip the coin, I can be creative. I can show what I feel I would enjoy and produce something that I feel other people would enjoy. So having that mental and creative outlet it's just given me such a focus for my life.
Being a disabled man, there's lots of times when people turn around and go, there's things you can do, there's things you can't do, there's things you should do, there's things you shouldn't do. Pro wrestling allowed me to break some of those ideas, break those molds, and come up with a character and be in a world, do things that I couldn't get away with in a public place, but I could get away with in a wrestling ring. And I think, for me, it was always fun to do that when generally the world tells disabled people they can't.
Growing up, I was always called fat. It happened continuously, and then miraculously when I was about 12, 13, I grew so many feet and kept growing. But I was always larger, chunkier than most people. So it was something that was inbuilt in me as a child, and then it followed me all the way through adulthood. And then I started wrestling, and then you see all the body types, different shapes and sizes, everybody from so many different walks of life being able to perform and put on great matches. And it makes you realise that it doesn't matter what you look like, how you feel about yourself. Other people don't see that. They don't see, like myself, they don't see my weight. Or if they do see it, they see it as a positive.
I started wrestling training when I was 19. I was diagnosed with diabetes shortly after turning 18. So I was newly diagnosed, and obviously with gaining weight and stuff, your dosages change. Different insulin has been given to me since as well, so again, that's something I have to change and monitor. It's something that motivates me to keep going. It's like there's not days where I miss my insulin or neglect it, etc. Because I know if I do that, I'm going to lose half a stone and not look as good when I go out there or be as strong when I go out there. A lot of people in wrestling suffer with mental health. They have their own, whether it's body dysmorphia or anxiety, depression. Especially pre-diagnosis, I was probably close to suicide before being diagnosed. I was about just over 9 stone, couldn't sleep, just things like that, and it was all sort of getting on top of me before finally being diagnosed. And then when I got on the insulin, I think within the first 6 weeks I put on 2 stone. So
we are like brothers. Yeah, we'll talk about what happened at home, we'll talk about what happened at another show, we'll talk about anything that's going on, and we'll joke about it, we'll laugh about it, and if it's serious, people have deep conversations about it. The challenges that I've gone through have made me realise who I am, and I believe have made me feel like I can connect to people. Specifically, when we have children in the crowd who have been bullied, it makes me feel like I've been there. And look where I am now. I'm the guy, I'm the top of the card, I'm the champion, I'm the one that sets the standard, so yeah.
I helped found Win Wrestling, so we've got a disabled guy helped found it. We've got people of all races, all genders, all sexual preferences, both working for Win on shows and come through the training school.
We have so many people who can perform in a ring that somebody in the crowd will connect with. So if a child from a different background to myself can't connect with me, that's okay. The next match will probably have someone that they will connect with.
I think it provides a form of entertainment at a budget that the majority of families can afford. And there's hundreds of families that are wrestling fans that can't afford tickets to, say, a WWE or an AEW, and they can't afford the travel down to London. For our audience members, it gives them an escape. It gives them 2 hours to shout and scream at things in the world that might have been annoying to them because one of our characters embodies that thing. And it gives them the right to shout and scream and have a release and be entertained for a couple of hours at a budget they can afford. And in these times of, cost of living crisis, I don't think that's to be missed or underrated in any way, shape or form.
So I wish that people would venture out there and search for it and understand how enjoyable it can be and just let themselves go. Don't, if you come through the door, don't think that's fake. Just enjoy the show that people are trying to put on for you and enjoy the fact that they are risking their livelihoods. They're risking their life in a wrestling ring for people's entertainment.
I think anyone could do it as long as they have that mental mind frame of wanting to do it and wanting to be on the top. Because it's not like any other sport where you will get to the top if you are the best at everything. It's like there's been people in the other businesses and stuff, like big businesses like WWE, who have become champions purely because of how good they are at talking. Like, you could come to wrestling and think, oh, I want to be a wrestler. You could be really bad at wrestling and maybe not enjoy taking the pain of wrestling, but you're really good at making people boo you or cheer you on the mic. There's other revenues for you to go down, whether that be a manager for a wrestler, a commentator for the company, things like that.
My career as a wrestler is slowing down, so I want to see the next generation take Win and keep the core values of it, keep the level of the product the same, keep the entertainment as same as it can be, but also evolve with the times, and just watch it grow and be more successful, and watch us fill bigger spaces with more fans and more entertainment, and just see the young talent coming through, cut their teeth, be successful, be those big new characters that people can enjoy, be those, superb technical wrestlers, those powerhouses, whatever they may be. It's not profound, but just look at wrestling, enjoy it for what it is, and respect the guys, girls, and people doing it.
I think the biggest thing that I want to show people is you can be in mediocrity, you can be nobody. Find something that is a passion that gives you the reason to get up in the morning, to travel it will be thousands of miles by now, hours sat in cars, and feel completely and utterly rewarded for it. To feel like you have a purpose, you have the ability to change your life. You don't have to do the 9 to 5 and just feel completely drained and brain dead. You can find something, and it doesn't have to be wrestling, it could be any hobby. It can be anything that you really enjoy. I wish people would find that, because a lot of people do spend their lives just working the 9 to 5 until they bump it, and that doesn't have to be it.